Hi guys, welcome to another Celebration Sunday. I am Ruth Norton with Ruth Stamping Corner. Now this video, I am actually pre-recording in advance. Normally at my Celebration Sundays, I go live in my Facebook VIP group. Today though, for Celebration Sunday is my son's 16th birthday. So we have some fun family things planned today, so I won't be able to go live, but I didn't want to miss out on Celebration Sunday because we're nearing the end of Celebration. So I wanted to make sure that I still brought this video to you. So even though it's not live, it's still an adorable project. This is what we're making today. We are featuring the gold and silver paper in that celebration brochure. This is such a fun, cute, easy pouch, and I'm going to show you how to make this. It's so pretty. Okay, now let's talk about everything else before we jump into the pouch. Paper Pumpkin, our upcoming months are going to be fantastic. We have September, which is Halloween themed. October and November are Christmas themed. So if you love crafting for the holidays, now's the time to subscribe to Paper Pumpkin. There's a link in the video description. You can subscribe month to month, or you can purchase a 3-month prepaid subscription and get all 3 of these months. And don't forget, if you want September's Paper Pumpkin, you need to subscribe by September 10th. That's the cutoff date. All right, so we are talking about celebration today. I don't have a lot to talk about in terms of, what's going on. Now, next week I will have my new card crate for September coming out, and it is so cute. So watch for that coming up next week. Okay, today we are talking about this silver and gold designer series paper. Now, ignore this. I accidentally wrote sold out on there, but I meant to put that on a different page. So it is still available. It is not sold out. This paper is so pretty too. There's you get dots and stripes of both gold and silver metallics. Let me show you what this paper looks like. It comes in a 6x6, which is really fun. Now, I've used quite a bit of this, so I don't have much left of it. So you get gold dots, you get silver dots, and you have gold and silver stripes. It doesn't look like I have one gold stripe left, which is what we're going to use today, and then a silver stripe. So you get all of these. How many do you get of each? Let me double check. You get 24 sheets total. So you get a bunch. I mean, you can see I've used a lot. So we're going to use that gold one today, so I'm going to leave it out. So this is a good celebration option. It is a consumable option. So if you maybe already have all the stamp sets, this is a good option to choose because we can all use some paper, right? And look how fun that metallic is. Now it comes white, and I'm going to show you, we're going to do use some blending brushes to make it have that beautiful ombre look. All right, now if you don't want anything else in here, maybe you already have everything in the celebration brochure, don't forget there are 10 additional items that Stampin' Up! Added that you can choose from. Now next week for Celebration Sunday, it will be our final Celebration Sunday week, and I had planned to use the pool party cards and envelopes, but these are sold out, so we won't be doing those. So I'm going to be using a few of the products that are available newly this month. So next week we're going to use some of these, and so watch for that. But today we're going to focus on that silver and gold paper. And I also wanted to show you, we are using this Quiet Meadow stamp set and then the coordinating dies, and those are in the annual catalog, and I want to show you these are not sold in a bundle. So the Quiet Meadow set is on page 68. It's such a good one. I love this one. And then the dies are the Meadow Dies on page 172. So they do bundle together, but because they're an older kind of bundle, they are not sold in a bundle anymore. I have done most of the die cutting in advance. We are going to die cut our label, so I'm going to pull that out. But there's so many beautiful leaves and flowers in here, butterflies, so you'll get a lot of good use out of that one. Let me put this aside, and we're going to get started. We're actually going to start with our ink blending. So you're going to take your 6x6, we're not even going to trim it. We're going to use that full 6x6 sheet. And I did want to mention that if you are shopping, make sure to use this host code. This is August host code. You shop my online store. All orders will receive a PDF with 3 exclusive projects. If your order is over $50 or more, you're going to get that celebration option. And you're also going to get the make and take kit that coordinates with that PDF. All right, so I have Pool Party, I have Coastal Cabana, and I have Bermuda Bay. And I have a blending brush. Now I'm going to use the same blending brush for all of them, and I put down some scratch paper to protect my work surface. I'm going to kind of rub this off because the last one I used was Bermuda Bay, and I don't want to put that right into my Pool Party. And so we're going to do kind of an ombre look. So I'm going to start on what will be the top. This will be the Pool Party end. So I'm going to kind of load up my brush. Now you can ink blend a lot of different ways. You can hold the brush farther down on the handle. I find that I get more control if I hold it up closer to the handle, so that's the way I like to do it. So load that up with some Pool Party ink. Always start off your on your scratch paper first, because that harsh line you do not want on your project. And I'm just going to give this a nice covering. I'm kind of just dividing this in third with my eyes here. And so I will just give this a nice little covering of Pool Party. I'm going to go back, get some more, go off on the paper, on the scratch paper. And I think that's pretty good for now. You don't want to go too dark. The thing with ink blending is that you can always add color, but you can't take it away. So it's better to go light than dark. All right, now I'm going to go into my Coastal Cabana. I'm going to leave my Pool Party out because we may come back to it. Now Coastal Cabana is going to be this center section, so I'm going to load it up again. And because these are all of the same shade, I don't necessarily need to clean my brush. And so we're going to kind of do that middle section with Coastal Cabana. And so we'll come in from both sides and kind of blend into that Pool Party. This one is going to be a little bit darker because we want that ombre look. So I'm going to go a little bit more with the Coastal Cabana. And this is going to be the front of our box, the center part. So just kind of make sure that you really get some good coverage on that center part. But I do like to start on the edges and then work toward the center because that will kind of ease those lines, those harsher lines. All right, I'm going to go back in with my Pool Party a little bit and just kind of blend this line where they meet a little bit more. So that is looking pretty good so far. I hope you can see that kind of ombre look so far. All right, we're going to go into our darkest color. This is Bermuda Bay. I'm actually going to turn this around and we are going to do our Bermuda Bay on the bottom. Just in the same way. So start off on your scratch paper, those harsh lines. You don't want those harsh lines. And I'm just gonna blend those up. If you've never tried ink blending, it's really fun. There is, I wouldn't say like a learning technique, but I mean, the more you do it, the more comfortable you get. It does take some time. This is not like you know, you're gonna be done with it in 30 seconds. And the more color you add, the more seamlessly those colors will blend together. And of course, the darker they'll be too. So I'm kind of going heavier with this Bermuda Bay because I want this dark, the bottom to be much darker. So we get that really kind of rich ombre look. All right, I think we're gonna call that good. I'm gonna go back in a little bit with my Coastal Cabana and just kind of blend that line together. All right, I think that's good. All right, I'm gonna leave my Bermuda Bay out. We are gonna stamp with that. Actually, I think I might have used Coastal Cabana to stamp with, but I don't know that it matters too much. So let me move my scratch paper. We don't need this anymore. You can see that beautiful ombre look with the Pool Party, Coastal Cabana, and Bermuda Bay. And we used only one blending brush for that. So let me get my scrap paper out. We're going to use our greeting. This stamp, again, is from that Quiet Meadow. The only stamp we're using from that stamp set is the greeting. So you can use any greeting you have if you just want the dies. I think the dies are good standalone dies, but they're also great to coordinate. All right, so I put your too kind, and we are going to die cut that label. So I'm going to put that on here, and I'm just going to hold it in place with some Post-it tape. And I'm going to make sure that my greeting is off to the left side because I have some die cut butterflies that we're going to put on here. So just hold that in place. I'm going to grab my mini cut and emboss machine. This is an exciting time right now too. I have brand new plates here that we're going to use. I thought I had opened them, but I guess not. So we're going to open up some brand new plates. My other ones were getting so bad. But I thought I had already opened these, but I guess not. Plates do have kind of an expiration date. You do have to replace your plates as they get a little bit more worn. But the mini ones are pretty affordable and they last a long time. I do a lot of die cutting for, personal use and for business, and my plates last a pretty long time. So if you are just a casual stamper, then your plates are going to last even longer. So it's not something you have to replace frequently, but you do have to replace plates eventually. All right, so there's our beautiful label. It's got stitched and scallops. It's beautiful. All right, we're gonna put that die aside and we're gonna let this dry one more second. We're gonna talk a little bit more about what we have here. I also have a 1x6 inch piece of that same paper. We're gonna use the dots this time, and that's gonna wrap around our box just to give it more of a belly band. This will be adhered down to our box. So it's not going to slide on and off. But let's talk about more of what I have die cut. So I use the brushed metallic cardstock, which is also a free option for Celebration. I don't know where my paper went, but it is one of those free options on that printout for Celebration. So I die cut a couple of these little leaf ones with that brushed metallic cardstock, and this is with like the gold one. The brushed metallic cardstock, let me see if I have a package here. Let me see. I know that I have some. The question is, where is it? Here's a brand new package. So the brushed metallic cardstock, you get 6 sheets, and I think you get 2 of each. This is a brand new one. I just got this one. But it has some gorgeous patterns in here. It has like a coppery one. It's more like a dark one. This champagne colored one. And then there's like a gold one. So we're using this gold one, and then I do have a die cut with this champagne or this copper one. So they are gorgeous. I hope there's not too much reflecting from the light, but this is a good option to get, especially like foil paper. You don't use a ton of foil paper when you use it. So, oh, it took my paper too. Hold on. I was trying to move stuff out of the way and it took all my papers. All right. All right, we'll just put that up here. If it falls, we'll all hear it. All right, so I have 2 of those cut with the gold. In Pear Pizzazz, I've cut this bigger leaf version, this more full leaf. And then out of Old Olive and Flirty Flamingo, I've cut one of the flower and one of the stem. And we're gonna do this right now because I want it to dry. I'm gonna, out of the Flirty Flamingo one, we're gonna cut off the flowers. So we're gonna cut off this one, and we're gonna cut off this one. And this piece we don't need anymore. And I'm gonna use my glue. And we are going to stick this on. That way we have like a 2-toned flower. We don't have a pink flower. We don't have a green flower. We actually have a 2-toned flower. So this one will go right on here. And you can use an adhesive sheet on the back of this pink one for easy adhering if you want. And we'll just set this aside. Just make sure everything is perfectly lined up. And there you go. You have a beautiful 2-toned flower. Now, one more thing that I want to add to that flower is this beautiful flower center. And this is cut with that copper from that brushed metallic cardstock. And I'm going to use my Take Your Pick tool for this one. I'm just going to lift that up, drop it in the glue. You can also use a glue dot for that one. And then we're going to set aside our flower to completely dry. But isn't that pretty? So pretty. All right, let's move all this stuff aside. And then the last thing that I die cut, also from that gold, I cut 2 of these butterflies. This is kind of like the butterfly from the side. I cut 2 of those. And we're going to adhere these together in just a minute. So, all right, let's get to doing our box now. And it's more like a pouch. It's not even a box. I keep calling it a box, but it's not. So I'm going to flip it over. And on one of the sides, I'm going to do a line of adhesive. I'm using Stampin' Seal Plus. You can use tear and tape. And then on the top and the bottom, we're going to do a line, just like this. Now, the only downside to this package is that your recipient does have to rip it open to get what's inside. Now, if you didn't want that, if you couldn't bear to think about that, then don't adhere the top. Maybe just use a clip or a clothespin to keep the top closed, and then they wouldn't have to rip it open. But I'm okay with that one. They can rip this open. All right, I have 2 little Ghirardelli squares. You can probably fit 3 if you want, and I'm just going to set those in the middle. And I'm going to start with the side that doesn't have adhesive, and I'm just going to wrap that around. There's no measuring or scoring with this, so it's so easy, and you can make a bunch of them. And so I'm just going to wrap this around nice and even. Give that a good press. Hold those candies in place, and then press the bottom down, and then press the top down. And it's kind of going to fan out, kind of just like a little candy, which is super cute. Isn't that cute? All right, now I like to take my bone folder and just give that a good press. Just like that. Now we are going to add some details. I'm going to grab my Simply Scored, and I'm going to add just 4 or 5 lines. I'm going to do them every 1/4 inch. I think I'll do 4 on each, on the top and the bottom. And that just gives it kind of like that corrugated kind of look. Very cute. So, and that side, just like that. All right, so that is our top and our bottom, and that will just kind of further seal that top and the bottom. But remember, if you don't want your recipient to have to rip this open to get the chocolate, just use a clothespin. You can even tie a ribbon around the top, poke some holes, just tie a ribbon through, and then they won't have to poke into it. All right, we are going to adhere this piece now. And I told you we're just going to adhere this down. So it is like a belly band, but we're gluing it down. We're going to do it the same way. So we're going to do it on the back. We're just going to wrap it around. And it will overlap just like that. All right. So cute. All right, let's keep going. So right on the middle here, I'm going to put a line of adhesive. Again, I'm just sticking with my Stampin' Seal Plus. Nope, you guys are going to hear my clock. I'm sorry. I usually try not to do these on the top of the hour, but my family was gone for a few minutes and I thought I'm going to take an opportunity. I'm going to take advantage of this opportunity. All right, I'm just adhering these all down to this adhesive that is exposed here. So you can see I did some vines. I did the Pear Pizzazz leaf, and then I'm going to adhere this one right over it, our flower right on top. And everything is stuck right into that adhesive that we put on the front of the belly band. So, okay, we are going to add some ribbon. I'm going to just tie a bow. This is the Pool Party sheer ribbon. So I'm just going to do some little bunny ears and just tie a quick bow. And this I probably could have done in advance. My ribbon scissors. All right, I'll tie that off, cut that off, and let's grab some glue dots. And we're just going to stick this down. Our greeting is going to go right over this. So this is just a little bit of extra ribbon, just right on top. Just like this with our bows going off to the side like that. All right. We have our greeting, and I'm going to use some of these edge pieces just to go all the way across my greeting. And see, I need a little bit more. And this is pretty, the die cut is about the exact size of the greeting. I didn't go over those scallops, so it just fits on there just perfectly. Finagle our bow a little bit. Isn't that cute? So cute. All right, final touch, we have our butterflies. And for one of the butterflies, I'm just going to cut off the body because we don't need two bodies for our butterfly. Just need one body. And I'm just going to take another part of that edge piece and stick this right on the one that I cut the body off of, which sounds awful. And let's see if I can do this on camera. I'm just going to kind of angle this a little bit, just like that. So it looks like our butterfly is flying, and then we're going to grab another dimensional, and this will go right on the back of that one, and just like that. And you have your beautiful little Ghirardelli treat. Now remember, if you didn't want them to have to rip it open to get that treat, just use a pin or some ribbon to tie the top closed. But this is such a gorgeous treat. You don't have to do any trimming on that paper. It's ready to go. All right, guys, so that is it for Celebration Sunday. Make sure to catch me live on Wednesday on my business page for a fun project. I don't know what we're doing yet, but I'm sure it'll be fun. And then make sure to join me right back here next Saturday for our final Celebration Sunday. We are nearing the end of Celebration, so if you haven't got all your products yet, make sure you do. If you are shopping, please head to this online store. If you're watching this on YouTube, please subscribe to my channel. It really helps me out. It's free, and you never miss a video. All right, guys, if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. I do read each and every one of them. So I will see you guys next time, and have a great rest of your Sunday. Bye.